I found a high-tech expert willing to go out on a limb. His name is Scott Steinberg, and he's the editor-in-chief of digitaltrends.com. Welcome, Scott.
My pleasure.
E-readers. On Christmas, I was reading Barnes & Noble saying that they are big hits, selling better than books.
Right. So obviously the Nook, Barnes & Noble's model, is doing extremely well. We heard from Amazon that the Kindle 2 is doing great. Well, this is the Nook right here. You can't see the LCD color touchscreen, but these keep getting more and more advanced every day. Sony, of course, has a model. And the neat thing about it, we're going to hear even more about e-readers in 2010. Plastic Logic's got a model. Hearst and Sprint have a model of their own. ASUS has a color touchscreen model coming out. So might be time to put away those paperbacks.
Is that the end of Kindle?
Well, we'll find out. Right now, there's a lot of competition out there. Amazon's got such a good market share and such good branding. I don't think they're going to go away overnight, but we're seeing a lot more competition in that space where you can get ebooks on different devices. Sony obviously is championing the EPUB, open publication format, so you can download public domain books. Google's making books available online. So there's even new platforms. Ray Kurzweil's got a new one, too. So we're going to see more competition there, but I don't think we should write Amazon off just yet.
What about tablets? Are they going to put the e-readers out of business? Because I was reading that they are thinking of offering both the e-reader stuff and also computer stuff. So if you can combine them in one device.
Right, fair enough, and it's a good question because actually, as I was alluding to, you're seeing a lot more platforms for ebooks become independent of device. So the question is, do you really need to pay $300 to get yourself a dedicated e-reader? The question comes down to the individual. So right now, you can see we have some netbooks here. This is actually HP's Mini 311. Got good power on it. You can certainly read ebooks on that. Same here with the Sony Vaio X series. Now, these speak to the trend in affordable computing. So you're seeing people emphasize value, as I was saying, only buy the gadgets you need. But we're seeing more of these low-cost, low-power PCs, and of course ultra-portable as well, coming to market in 2010. They're going to have more power on them. You're going to be able to use them for ebooks, but you're also going to be able to use them for high-definition movies, mid-range gaming and whatnot. You're going to see dedicated graphics processors, so a lot more activity there. And yes, it is a good question, especially with smartphones coming up as well, whether or not you really are going to need a single dedicated device for one function.
Let me ask you about a rumor. Is Apple going to come up with a tablet?
I'm not sure there's much rumor about it at this point. I think it's a worst-kept secret in the industry. Yeah, that towards the end of January, probably, we're going to hear more from Apple about the tablet. Now, whether or not the tablet's going to take is a good question. We've had them before. People haven't really wanted them because they've been mid-range devices caught between the power of a laptop and, of course, the smartphone on the other end. So powerful laptops coming down in price. Smartphones here, like the iPhone 3GS or the Droid or Droid Ares, these are gaining in power. And, of course, you have it on you all the time. So do you really need more devices? I don't know if there's room for a tablet caught in the middle.
Let me tell you what I'm worried about, battery life.
Well, battery life is pretty good across the board, and the nice part is, it's only getting better. So the smartphones that we're going to see coming in 2010, more power, they're going to be more versatile, you're going to be able to do more with them, wider selection of apps, and of course battery life is going to be longer as well. The manufacturers know that that's what people want.
Again, iPhone, is there going to be a new one? And how are they going to top what they have already? What are they going to offer?
Right. Well, that's a good question because at this point, the iPhone has such dominance. I mean, obviously, the best-selling smartphone of 2009, going to continue in 2010 to be a powerful presence. Will they have a new one at some point? Undoubtedly. I haven't heard, Steve Jobs and we haven't been exchanging calls, so I don't know the exact date. But sure, at some point they will. Yeah. They tend to make marginal improvements to their devices, as we saw with the Nano adding a camera. Not major leaps forward usually, but it's only a matter of time at this point. And honestly, the iPhone is my favorite of the bunch.
Computer games. This is just awesome. No more couch potatoes. I mean, the biggest complaint used to be that computer games are making us couch potatoes.
Right.
But
well, now we have couch dynamos.
One.
Yeah, that's DJ Hero, what you're seeing there. So a lot of these active games are going to be big in 2010. These are motion sensing titles. So DJ Heroes has a dedicated controller. You can see this with Tony Hawk Ride. The Guitar Hero and Rock Band games, it's the same thing. Super Mario Brothers, where you're waggling the Wii, trying to play the game. So games are actually becoming more active, more social. We're going to see more of this. And interestingly, in 2010, Sony's got a motion sensing control coming out. You're also seeing Microsoft as Project Natal that eliminates the gamepad entirely, where your body is the controller. So hopefully you're actually going to be building some muscle while you're playing instead of just burning IQ cells.